Yes, guys, what's happening? I know I'm an absolute twat. Sorry. This is the United Forever Podcast, episode 35, and the cup's half full. I'm Sam Spanner, and I'm here with my legendary cousin.
Cousin Adam, how are you?
Not too bad, mate. Adam, what?
Adam Shagum.
There we go. Fucking brilliant, mate. So, how you doing? How's your head?
Nah, not good, mate. I'm suffering bad tonight. Migraine central, but I'm plowing through. It's all good.
Mate, what you got to do is get one of your daughter's bottles of Calpol and just down the stuff, mate. That'll sort you out.
Definitely. Go for it.
So, but mate, because we're now on the wrong side of 35, it's a little bit downhill apparently. So, I have been acquainted with some twins. Now, I've got 2 kids. I ain't got any more, but I do have some more. And the other day when I woke up, I was like, what the fuck's that? I just couldn't sit down. And I've only gone and give birth to fucking dangleberries, mate.
The piles.
I've got
fucking a pair of
fucking
Rockford files, mate.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Gary and Phil Neville, mate, hanging out. Fabio and Raphael.
Brilliant.
Fucking brilliant.
So did they just fucking appear, did they?
Yeah, I mean, you did suggest to me earlier that it could have been the old fibre or lack of fibre, but in the old festive period, mate, fucking OD'd on sprouts, didn't I? And I was speaking to Grandad yesterday. So I was inviting him over for some roast pork, but obviously he lives 2,000 miles away. So, all in good jest. But,
that's it.
Mate, we had like half a bag of sprouts left over in the freezer. So I thought, fuck it, mate, I'm going to whack them in. But bloody hell, mate. I think ODing on fucking sprouts, it's done me in.
Brilliant.
So, right, mate, before we continue, right, so I'm going to give a shout out to old Santa Notch, right? He's a member of the paddock community, and he's fucking hilarious. And what he does, right, is he's sort of like a pun expert, I'd call him, because he's always sort of egging on, the members in the super chat to go off with old football puns. And the other night we were talking about the transfer window and stuff, and if we could get any transfer football puns going. And then there were, just to give you an example, there was like, instead of Leroy Fur, there was Leroy Transfer, stuff like that. So I don't know if off the top of your head you can think of any Sprouts football puns. Like Wayne Sproutledge for.
Well, I thought of 2. One that's quite
go for it.
Well, in the now be Chelsea Mason Sprout instead of Mason Mount. And then a proper. I was sitting here thinking, who else could I use? And then the only one that come to mind was a proper old school Tranmere player called Paul Rideout, but I called him Paul Ride Sprout.
Mate, I remember him on old Championship Manager.
Yeah,
fucking old Sprout, school. Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant. And I don't know if you remember talking about old school. It was that old Scottish. I don't know. I think it was a striker. Hold on, it's coming out. Craig Russell Sprout. And oh mate, you've only gone and got probably the best number 9 around at the minute, Erling Sprout Haaland.
Yes, I didn't think. Honestly, I'm so like behind the pace because of this pissing migraine. But yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to give it to you. I'll give you that one. Yeah. Erling Sprout Haaland, yes, definitely.
Oh, mate. But thinking about it, you know, our Lord of Banter, Grandad, he always says
Yeah,
laughter's the best medicine. So I've got some medicine for you,
hopefully.
mate. So I just
Right, let's go for
came
it.
across the most random shit. The other day, right? So, random footballers' names. So
Right,
these are apparently legit because you can look them up on Wikipedia and stuff. Now,
yeah.
there's this bloke from the 70s who starred for Algeria, and his name's Arse Bandit.
Asp? Yes.
Fucking random as fuck. All right, I've got quite a
Asp
list, so
Bandy.
prepare yourself.
Nice. What?
Mate, get your Ventolin ready. Oh
Right, let's go
fuck.
for it.
Actually, hold on. Before I continue with that, right? So I'm
Yeah,
gonna just give a little shout out to old Stephen Howson because he's just a fucking legend. And he did a podcast some weeks back with this for some like sports scientist expert saying that Liverpool have got the highest number of
yeah.
asthmatic players, right?
Right,
Now,
okay.
are they really asthmatic? Because what they've been doing is juicing up on weird Ventolin shit that has now been banned.
Right, okay.
So there are some weird sports science theories that Liverpool are going to go down the pan in the very near
Right.
future because their players aren't drugged. Their players aren't drugged up on this stuff.
So
Now he's got it
how
in.
long
He's got
ago was
it.
so
The ban I think was in.
how yeah.
How or Howson? Sorry.
I was going to say, how recent are we talking?
No, I mean like they'd been using this supposed inhaler drug, right? Quite
Yeah.
recently, and that has led them in the past couple of years to domestic and European success. But apparently, the inhaler slash enhancer has been banned. So there are
Right.
lots of sports scientists around that are going to reckon that that's going to be the Untergang, which is German for the downfall of Klopp's Scousers, mate.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a bit like, I mean, it's a bit like the conspiracy around the Spanish team that won, different like back-to-back international titles because they were all souped up as well. But because of like
Right.
medical data protection, they weren't allowed to
Yeah.
release patient confidential information. But
Okay.
there is some strong rumors and stuff that they were also souped up on some weird shit that was later banned in the footballing community.
All right.
But anyway, that was a bit of
That's
a
interesting to know.
scientific tangent.
It'd be quite interesting to
No,
see if
totally,
that
mate.
does actually have any like truth behind it, because I'm guessing if you're souped up on an enhancer, you're not going to notice if you've potentially injured in that respect. I know, like they're
I
using
know.
like theoretical asthma pumps to help them breathe and probably last longer, but it's got to have an effect on the body where it kind of like numbs like some kind of sense or nerve
Penis.
system. So yeah, so you don't end up knowing it that you're carrying an injury. Um,
Yeah. I
I don't know.
mean,
It
think
would
about
be interesting to see.
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah,
They take him off his inhaler, he snaps a dreadlock and snaps a fucking ligament, mate. So
yeah. So yeah, it'd be
there has
interesting
to
to
be
see.
some kind of correlation.
Definitely. And
So going
and
back to
failing
these
that,
funny, yeah, sorry,
yeah,
yeah,
and failing that, you can always shave your balls. Remember that.
Manscaped, mate.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh, mate.
mate,
So
you don't know
no,
the hard work.
we had to talk about that.
Yeah.
Mate, that was a surprise and a half. So the other day, right, if we've got any listeners, right, so I sent you like a Paddock clip the other day where Howson was doing some publicity for old Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped to shave your balls and some deodorant stuff. And I was like,
Ball
to you
deodorant.
saying, this is the cure for the old ball itch. And mate, what did you say back?
Well, I was one step ahead of the game, mate. I already purchased that. I parted with $12.99 of my money back in early November, I think, and I haven't looked back since.
Okay. So, mate, this is like fucking beautiful stuff when you think about it, because you were suffering in the autumn with the old like raw ball itch thing going on.
The scrotal rot. Yeah. But yes, mate.
Would you give some kind of accountability to the cure to old this Manscaped deodorant stuff?
Yes, because I'm not. I'm no longer chafing, shall we say, because it's nice and smooth.
Oh, good. Fucking brilliant, mate.
And if you can get on the continent, mate,
fantastic.
go for it, because that will definitely help your saltwater bollock itch come the summer when you're down the coast.
Oh, mate, if I manage to fly out in the summer, I've got to get my hands on some of this Manscaped ball stuff, because
You can buy it online, mate.
we've talked about it in the past. Yeah, I reckon I'll do a bit of contraband or something and bring it over to Spain if they they
what I'm
sell
saying
abroad.
is, I think you can buy it, because I don't think it's a British company. I think I believe it's American. It's either American or German, one or the other. So it might be worth having a look, see if you can actually order it direct.
Sweet. Oh, mate,
Yeah.
no, I've got to get my hands on some of that ball stuff. And talking about funny stuff, right? So get your performance enhancing Ventolin stuff ready, because apparently there was this bloke who played for Hanover 96 called Bongo Christ. What do you make of that?
Trinket in not on bongo.
Because we've got a good old relationship with Australia. We've got some family over there as well. Shout out to the Aussies. Apparently there was this Australian bloke in the 1940s who went by the name of Norman Conquest.
Nice.
And
excellent.
Right, there's this other Yankee bloke called. He's still playing right now, I believe. His name's Creedence Clearwater. As you do.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Mate, we need that stuff when we fucking use the bog. And then you got some bloke from Zimbabwe, right? He plays for. Sorry, if we've got any Zimbabwean listeners, he plays for a team called Njube Sundowns, and his name's Have a Look Dube.
Say that again. Have a look.
His first Dube. And mate, there's a bloke that you need to sign on Football Manager right now. He plays for Marseille. And if you said his name back to front, it would be classic, mate. South Park material. His name is Rod. His name's Rod Fanny.
Nice. A Fanny Rod.
Oh, mate. No, and there's another bloke from Zimbabwe, right?
Yeah.
Who oh, mate, oh shit, I didn't write down the name of the team, but his first name's Danger, his surname's Fourpence.
I thought you were going to say Danger Mouse, and I was waiting for Penfold.
Oh, no. Mate, didn't you have a bus driver when you were a kid, that take you to school
yeah,
that looked like Penfold?
yeah. It's brilliant. And deviating away a little bit, back
Yeah,
in the first lockdown, at work,
yeah.
they signed a load of relief couriers, and there was one guy.
Okay.
I can't remember what his name was, but he automatically assumed the name of Penfold because he, he looked like Penfold, like proper, like
Fucking
full
hell.
on Penfold. Like, and then about 6 weeks after he joined, um, there was another bloke turn up, and he looked like Penfold as
Yeah.
well. So we had Penfold 1 and Penfold 2, and that's what their names were.
Fucking hell. Oh,
Fucking
mate.
brilliant,
I
mate.
bet you guys had a fucking laugh and a half. Then, apparently,
I'll
right,
try
there's
and
this
get a
bloke who
photo of
used to play
Penfold
for
2.
Sunderland. Oh, mate, you got
Yeah,
to send it over. Is he still with you, blokes, at the old
yeah, I'll try.
depot?
Yeah, I'll try and do a bit of sneaky voyeurism tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Fucking right. So there's this bloke who played for Sunderland, and his name was Burnt Haas.
Renting?
Oh, no. And there's this Argentinian bloke, right?
Yeah,
So he plays for Independiente, which means the
yeah,
independent, and his
yeah.
name's Fabian Assman.
Fabian Assman.
Yeah.
Assman.
Mate, he could be our cousin, mate. Fucking
Oh, brilliant.
mate, another one I'm pulling out the hat. Ready? Some bloke who
Yeah,
plays in the Netherlands for Den Bosch
yeah.
goes by the name Jizz. Sorry, his name's Jizz Hornkamp.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking hell. And
brilliant.
going down to Italy for Chievo Verona, there's a bloke called
Yeah.
Lorenzo Dickman.
Oh,
How's you do?
hello, Dick
Oh,
Man.
fucking hell.
Oh, brilliant.
And I've got a double bit of banter for you, right? So going
Yeah.
back to old Zimbabwe, right? So you got a team called Amazulu, Imazulu FC, and
Yeah.
one of their players is called. I hope I pronounce this right. Butthole Zue and Kube.
Does he have a brother called Beavis?
Probably. Fucking hell, mate. Mate, talking about Beavis and Butthead, some bloke the other day or the other week said that there was some correlations between us two and Beavis and Butthead. I don't know who it
Really?
was. Fucking random ass. Oh, mate. Oh, man, I can't do it. I'm fucking laughing. Oh. Hey, Beavis.
I need to pee.
Oh, shut up.
Had pee
Oh,
pee for my
dear.
uncle.
Mate, and the leg titty caca. Mate, get a puff on that. Scouse as an inhaler. So, all right, last thing I'm going to mention, right, before I go into old Axel Twanzebe, right, is one of the biggest Argentinian football clubs, right? I'm sure you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Newell's Old Boys, right?
Yep.
They've got to have the best ever logo in footballing history. I've got to get one of them
Right.
shirts, mate. I'll tell you why. Because the logo only goes and says knob.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
You got the word knob in a diamond. So,
Nice. Is that on the? Is
oh
that like
fuck
on
me.
their crest, their badge?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, on the badge. That's
Nice.
what I meant to say. Oh, fucking
Nice.
brilliant. So,
Knob. Yeah.
now I'm going to ask you a question. Do
Yep.
you know why our boy Axel Twanzebe's in the Guinness Book of Records?
I'm hoping it's nothing to do with knob, but
No, it isn't.
I've got no idea, mate. Go for it. Hit me with it.
Right. So apparently, he's the world champion at Hungry Hippos. He can clear the Hungry Hippo board in less than 18 seconds.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Random as. Fucking brilliant, mate. Oh, mate. Okay. Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're on a tight time scale. I'm going to ask you, mate, to give
Yeah.
us a very, very quick analysis or sort of afterthought of our
Yeah.
lackluster performance versus City. All right? You've got
Yeah.
time to have a quick brain fart and a real fart if you need
Yeah.
one. Take a
Yeah.
deep breath, puff on the inhaler, and then you've got Carol
Okay.
Vorderman ready to give you the consonants, the vowels, and the countdown clock.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, mate,
Okay. Well.
go.
Yeah. Basically.
Sorry, I've nailed myself.
Done. Yeah. There was like
Go for it.
far too many defensive errors. Um. The team that it's difficult to actually explain. Like some of the just the goals, for example. Who was there to blame again? Maguire, Lindelof, and Shaw. And I was just like,
Yes.
what? And yeah, that kind of really pissed me off that game. Just the way that we conceded. And the fact that John Stones
Yeah, I
got
know.
on the scoreboard for City. What is that about? You know what I mean?
Fuck it up.
Um,
Yeah,
and you
I
had
know.
Pogba bloody doing his best clown impersonation, tripping over his own feet.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know. I can't work out the lineup really. Why Ollie went with the lineup that he did. Now, obviously the McFred combo, yeah, I can understand that, but to play about with your defence that much, I just
Yeah.
don't understand. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah,
What would you
totally. I
say?
mean, you've definitely. I was going to say what you said is very, very sort of clear as a bell, mate, isn't it? But one thing about
Yeah,
Pogba, right? I think he goes pog boggling up the pitch too much. He sort of boggles about
yeah,
with his feet, and he's too slow
yeah,
on. He doesn't accelerate. When we're on the break, when we're sort of going against City,
yeah,
I'm going to fucking say something a bit wild now, but I kind of wish we'd have got Dan James on the pitch. I know it's wild,
yeah.
but
No, I know
he would have
exactly what
sort
you're
of
saying.
been because he was effective in last season. I mean, now in aggregate, we've got Ollie 3, Guardiola 3, and a draw or something.
Yeah,
So, it's sort of neck and neck kind of thing now. But I did think that if there was, instead of putting like your strongest lineup, It's, obviously Cavani was suspended, but putting your strongest lineup on the pitch, you kind of think on paper, we look better than them. But sorry, but Bailly for me was the missing piece in defence. It gives us that extra confidence.
Yep.
And Pogba was just doing some weird stuff going forward. He was too slow. And then old Slabhead, he had a bit of a brain fart, slabba-dabba ding-dong moment where he should have just fucking booted the ball. If in doubt, kick it out sort of thing, instead of letting the ball wobble onto John Stones' knee. But moving on to Watford, mate, I want you to give me another countdown turbo analysis. Go for it.
Yep. Excellent, to see old McTominay getting the armband and leading by example by scoring a goal. Good header.
Yep.
He got it down just in time for it to bounce up over the keeper. Excellent. Magic Matter was at it again. I think I texted you saying I just wish he was another 3 to 5 years younger in the team that he's playing with now. Because yes, we know what he can do and we know what he did do back, when he first came to the club. But it would have been amazing to see what he would do now with the team that he's got around him 3 years ago. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Completely,
he
mate.
was picking out pockets of play. Old Van der Bench played a full 90 minutes. Excellent. Cheeky back heel to Mata. Good link-up play.
That was sex, mate.
I was a bit unsure as to putting Williams on the right-hand side, but he played okay. I wouldn't say it was brilliant, but I wouldn't say it was piss poor. He played well. Obviously, Bailly, the caretaker, got annihilated by Hendo. What is the outcome of that? Has he actually hurt himself? Or is it just a case of it was a precautionary sub?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays you've got to, be extra careful. It's not like old Peter Shilton where you can snap your neck and play for the rest of the match sort of thing. But I think, he went on old social media on Twitter, which we don't use because you're just asking for trouble, really. But he said that he was all right, that nothing to be concerned about, which is reassuring. And then going back to my just quick overview, I was going to say, McSauce was brilliant. Wasn't his best performance ever, but, he led by example, and it was an honour for him to get his 4th goal of the season. So he's just one more goal behind his season best, which was last season. So he's got a goal in him. He did very well defensively. I thought Axel was pretty sick. He did some important defensive stuff, some good sort of goal line saves. Hendo clean sheet. He was very good. He commanded his area.
With Axel and Bailly, they played well. I thought they played well.
Oh, mate, you still there?
For the 45 minutes they were together, they played extremely well. They seemed very strong and on the same page, which was good.
I've lost you, mate. Hold on. I'm just going to pause it. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, I was talking about McSauce and all that. He was a goal shy from beating his best, which was 5 goals last season. Tellez did very well. Hendo, I was going on to Hendo. So basically, Hendo was commanding his area well. He came bombing it out of his area. Fucking brilliant slow tackle. So, fucking very impressed. 6 graduates on the pitch, mate. What team does that?
Nobody.
I mean, Lingard, he's still just to come out of puberty and stuff, but, it was nice to have the number 6 on the pitch. So respect to Wally, believing in the youth.
We would have had 7 as well with Rashford. He come on.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But I think quickly talking about Lingard, I think I text you as well after the game saying, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but he actually played all right. He didn't, again, it wasn't world class and it wasn't piss poor. It was somewhere in between. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's been like that since his decline from the World Cup anyway, so It was kind of like watching the old United from pre-Bruno era playing, playing all right football, but they didn't have the X factor. So, but yeah, we got the 3 points. We move on. We play the Scousers next in the FA Cup, and instead of sort of shitting our pants, I think a positive conclusion would be something like, it's something you've got to embrace. So we'll have to go for it,
Definitely, I think
we play
so.
Burnley
I think you're
tomorrow.
right. Yeah, tomorrow night. It's proper
we play
random
Burnley.
kickoff time.
We play 9:15, which I don't mind. Gives me extra time to put the kids in bed.
Yep, definitely. But
so yes,
I think with that one, we should, hopefully come out with the 3 points on that, because that would be good to go into
Scousers on Sunday.
Next Sunday ahead of them in the league. That will, even though on paper their team potentially, when they're fully fit, is stronger at the moment. Having that mental advantage, the fact that we'll be ahead of them if we win Burnley will be good.
Yeah, totally.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
So
I think.
But
Do you
if we
think
beat both,
Cavani
mate,
start?
we'll be top of the league.
Oh yeah, mate.
I mean,
Definitely.
he's in for a shout tomorrow, or even next weekend. So we'll definitely get a start. But it's all about managing him correctly, because the bloke, sadly, is injury prone. But yeah, if we win tomorrow, we're top of the league. If we win again, 6 points clear, mate. So let's have it. That's all I'm going to say. Have you got any closing words to wrap this episode up, mate?
Yeah, I think. I hope Boy does start tomorrow night. But then I don't know if he will. I think he might keep him until Liverpool, if I'm honest. But then that will then mean that you've got the fridge and freezer at the back, and I don't know.
I think Lindelof's a doubt, though, so I wouldn't mind seeing Axel again.
I hope he might go with Maguire and Axel, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, my closing statement is Harry Maguire's a twat still, and over and out from me.
All right. I'm going to quickly try and be positive, optimistic. If he's wearing the captain's armband, he is under close scrutiny over the next few days. And I'm just hoping that he's going to put in a shift and a half and take a 6 points clear. So let's get this, mate. 21. Here we fucking come. Over and out from me as well. Speak to you later, Chronic Master fucking Faders. Cunts. Joking.